Tonight in the news, they haven't seen each other in years, but tonight some thirsty people are hanging around the hydrant. Plus, all the action, all the scores we'll take to the high school football fields on 16 Sports Final. I'm Karen Harch. Newswatch 16 Update is next.
Bass fishing patterns for fall tomorrow.
This is the news station, WNEP 16.
Good evening, I'm Karen Harch. Nolan Johannes has the night off. They're still high and dry in South Scranton tonight, and Pennsylvania gas and water crews still can't find the problem. A water main broke early this morning at Stafford and Hemlock Streets. Ever since, some 800 customers of PG&W haven't had any water. So far, crews have dug 4 holes to try and find the break. They haven't found it. While the work continues through the night, the taps in that South Scranton neighborhood are running dry. But as Night Beat reporter Bob Costantini reports, it's a good excuse for meeting up with old friends.
At the corner of Stafford and River in Southside Scranton, there's a popular watering hole. Literally, people come from blocks around to fill buckets and jugs with water from this hydrant, opened because of the water line break. James and Elsie Sachs live on the corner where the hydrant is.
We've had people come up here with 32-gallon garbage cans, drag them home on recliners, and it's really been something to see.
Being the only way for residents to get water, the flowing hydrant brings the people out.
I've never seen so many people in trucks, in vans, in cars, children. It's unbelievable.
Have you seen people you haven't seen in a long time?
You better believe it.
For people around here, it's like a journey back through time, before indoor plumbing, when everyone in a community drew from the same well. And with dirty dishes in the sink, Elsie Sachs is forced to rough it by bringing in the water from outside.
You never appreciate something until it's taken away from you.
Bob Costantini, Newswatch 16, Scranton.
Coming up, trying to decide whether to keep on teaching. Plus, do computers really make good students? We'll give you the data on that story when we come back.
Newswatch 16 is everywhere.
Instead of taking a break this weekend, teachers in the Selinsgrove district will be busy deciding whether or not to work next week. Teachers are threatening to walk off the job Monday morning. A negotiating session was held tonight, but no word of any progress. There are more than 2,800 students in the Snyder County district. The school board says schools will be open Monday morning, but the kids may be sent home if there aren't enough substitutes for the Selinsgrove teachers. A lot of school districts are using computers these days to help teach the kids, but a new report on education says computers may not be such a big help after all. Newswatch 16's Jacqueline Carr visited a school district in the Poconos to find out how students and teachers there feel about the mechanical brains.
These students at Pocono Mountain High School are learning how to use a computer. Their teacher, Paul Smith, tends to agree with a study out by Carnegie Mellon that these machines aren't helping students in other fields.
It doesn't really enhance any or contribute to higher level thinking, creativity. They're simply answering questions the way they always did.
Smith's students seem to have mixed feelings about just how helpful computers are in their classes.
It helps you to follow once you're given steps, and you can put things in the computer and get answers back.
Right now I cannot use the computer for my programs and stuff in other classes, but as I learn more about the computer, maybe I'll be able to use it for more advanced problems.
Barbara, Ben, and their teacher, Paul Smith, do agree that learning how to use these computers is important.
I think the whole field of computer science is going to expand tremendously over the next decade. And I think that what needs to be done is people that have in-depth knowledge of computer techniques and artificial intelligence techniques need to become involved in designing and building educational software.
Well, right now there may be a feeling that these computers aren't helping students out a lot with other education such as science, business, or math. There is a feeling between teachers and students that as the computer technology grows, so will the purpose of computers in the classroom. Jacqueline Carr, Newswatch 16 at Pocono Mountain High School in Swiftwater.
And still ahead, Joe Zone and Tim Karlson revving up the sports computers for 16 Sports Final. Plus, meteorologist Tom Clark out in the backyard trying to salvage a fine forecast for the final weekend of summer. We'll be right back.
I'm Mike Stevens on the Pennsylvania Road for Newswatch 16, and I meet a lot of interesting people. A maker of some interesting gadgets, a very special group of bell ringers, a builder of some very fine furniture, competitors in a rather unusual contest, Those are just some of the folks I've met so far. I hope you'll join me for a visit with some others on the Pennsylvania Road on Newswatch 16.
Work on the Ashley Bridge has crossed the halfway mark. The Luzerne County Bridge was supposed to be replaced by a road, but the company that owns the tracks underneath didn't want those tracks covered up. So instead, PennDOT is building a new bridge. And the state says you should be able to cross that bridge when you come to it in late October. Well, the last weekend of summer is upon us.
Boy,
and Tom Clark, I hate to see summer go. I really do.
Karen, I know how much you like the hot weather that we've had all summer long.
Certainly do.
Yeah. Not too bad this weekend, though, folks. There'll be some sunshine in the forecast, but some rain over Pennsylvania tonight. Not too well organized. Not a whole lot of rain in this backyard since 7 o'clock this evening. But if it hasn't rained in your neighborhood yet, it will before the crack of dawn tomorrow. Let's check the temperature outside now. We have a peekaboo moon in the western sky. The clouds breaking up just a bit. The reading is 59 degrees. The humidity is 57%. The wind from the south at 12 miles per hour and quite gusty at times. The barometer now is falling 30.10 inches of mercury. High today in this backyard was 66 degrees, and the low this morning was a cool 47. Records for this date, 90 and 37. That's cold, way back in 1964. And that shot there was taken just before dark this evening, showing some backyards in the south side of Scranton. A rather placid neighborhood, looks like to me. Now here we have a storm system. Take a look at the huge counterclockwise swirl of clouds around the storm center, now crossing the Great Lakes. Now it's good because this storm system is on the move, and that's going to help to bring some of this dry air into Pennsylvania. You can see it here, this tongue of clearing coming into the storm center. As a matter of fact, winds overhead now at about 7,000 feet are blowing at about 50 miles per hour out of the southwest, and that's helping to steer this dry air in towards Pennsylvania, and so you will see the sun come out tomorrow. A line of showers and thunderstorms now in western Pennsylvania will be crossing over the central counties before too long, and I think there'll be some showers here by daybreak. But just the risk of a shower tomorrow. Look at all this dry air out this way. That's going to come in for Sunday and make it even nicer than tomorrow. So our forecast for tonight looks like this. A windy night at times, the southeasterly winds gusting up to 15 and 20 miles per hour, and there will be some rain around the area, a quarter inch or less by 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. It's not a whole lot. We could use a lot more, but we'll take it. 54 the low in Clark's Green, 56 in Glen Line, 57 Allentown, 58 the low in Selinsgrove, 57 in Muncie, up there in Troy, the low tonight 53 degrees. Now tomorrow, there is the good chance of a shower during the morning and midday hours. Otherwise, there will be a mixture of clouds and sunshine overhead. And look at the temperatures. Comfortable tomorrow afternoon. 70 in Trucksville, about 69 in North Towanda, 74 in Jim Thorpe, Sunbury, comfortable 73, and 72 in Williamsport. A bit on the windy side once again tomorrow. Those breezes coming out of the west-northwest behind a cool front at 18 to 20 miles per hour. Let's call it partly sunny tomorrow. After a morning low of 54 degrees, the high temperature about 70 degrees tomorrow afternoon in Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, up to 73 on Sunday. Lots of sunshine. You will love it. Look at Monday, getting up to near 80 degrees, but colder air is going to move in the latter part of next week. But it is the last weekend of summer, and Karen, it gives me great pleasure to have a little sunshine in the forecast. Huh?
Yes, at least we'll finish it off with a bang.
I think we'll like it, yeah.
Okay, thanks a lot, Tom. And we just got this late word from PG&W. They tell us that most homes in South Scranton where that water main was broken should have water back shortly. So if you want to take a warm bath, you won't have to wait too much longer. And coming up next, time for all of us in the newsroom to step aside and make room for a 16 sports final. Joe Zone and Tim Karlson will be here next with all the high school football and the pennant races when we come back.
How high will you try? $16,000 can be yours weekdays at 4.
Well, most of the Super 16 teams in action tonight, but the game of the week, number 3, Valley View against number 5, North Pocono. And Tim, I don't think we have to worry anymore about North Pocono being for real. We know.
Let me tell you, Joe, this team is for real, to say the least. The Trojans played a real good ball game tonight, and they really did the job on the Valley View Cougars at the pit tonight at Valley View. It was a goodies. We take a look at the action. Second quarter, as the first quarter was scoreless. Second quarter action, North Pocono on their own 15. First play from scrimmage on their 4th possession. Look at this 85-yard touchdown pass. Jim Bahanick to Mike Palis. 85 yards, and what a pretty play that was. And that made it 7-0 with 9:10 to go in the half. On the next possession, almost the same play. It was like a replay. It's Pahanic to Palis again, this time for 52 yards. Costantini catches him there, down to the Valley View 20 that goes. 6 plays later, here comes a touchdown run by Joe Streichars, the workhorse for North Pocono. That made it 14-0 with 2 minutes to go in the half. North Pocono's defense very quick, very tough tonight. You're going to see it right here. Brock Edwards is going to sack Jeff Sparks, quarterback for Valley View. He goes down. Then Mike Palis, who plays both ways for the North Pocono Trojans, he's going to slam down Sparks with another sack here. And it really was the North Pocono defense. Final drive of the game, Valley View, 5 minutes to go. This pass goes incomplete from Jeff Sparks. It falls to the ground. Then he does finally complete a pass to Randy Costantini, down to the Valley View, make that down to the North Pocono 20. Then another pass will fall incomplete. Look at this great hit from Palis again. He played a whale of a ball game, had some problems with an injury with cramps part of the ball game. Another incomplete pass from Sparks just off the hands of Costantini. And then finally, the nail in the coffin. North Poconos, Joe Streichars, the workhorse, intercepts, runs it back to the 50-yard line. That was all she wrote. Tonight, we talked to Coach Donato after the game.
They're a heck of a team. They're well coached, but they were just so inexperienced, and I thought that our experience would pay the difference. And the kids, like I said, I have a group of kids that football means a lot to them, and they work like crazy.
You certainly had the big gun when you had to. The 85-yard touchdown pass in the first half. Tell us a little bit about that play.
Well, came to the sideline. Coach just said go for it. We went for it. We got it.
On defense tonight, you stopped the final drive for Valley View. Tell us about that intercept.
Well, you know, we dropped back for the pass. We were in a blue play. We were keen on Randy Costantini, who was an excellent receiver, and we just all dropped back. And I think number 87, I don't know who he was, turned the wrong way, and the ball just came straight to me, and I just took it down and followed some of the blocks by our linemen. And, you know, we got stopped at like about the 50-yard line.
That was about the only time that Valley View was able to stop North Pocono tonight, even though they did shut them down a good bit in the second half. A great performance from North Pocono. They have to be very, very happy. They'll go up against Scranton Tech next week, and it looks like they're going to be a very, very tough contender in the Big 11 this year. But don't count Valley View out either. They are tough as always. Let's go to the high school football scoreboard now. It was Kishaquilas over Halifax, 18-8.
Kish for short.
All right, that is a toughie. Juniata over Millersburg, 35-16. Newport over Upper Dauphin by 2, and Williams Valley shut out Northern Lebanon. Well, Joe, the Berwick Bulldogs sitting at the top of the Super 16 again. How about it?
I've been waiting 3 weeks to get you Kishaquilas.
You got it.
Kishaquilas. Okay. I'll tell you what. The Bulldogs have been rated nationally even. That's how good some people think they are, but Hazleton didn't think they were that good tonight. That's because Hazleton, for the first time this year, somebody scored on Berwick. They did not score enough. Big game for Joe Orlando, the quarterback for Berwick. He was 7 of 12 for 161 yards and 3 touchdowns. I'm sorry to say we were at the game. We had some technical problems, and so we weren't able to show you the highlights of that game. 28-17, Berwick. They are 3-0, but it is the first time this year they have given up any points. Let's go to the scoreboard and see what we've got. Eastern Conference, number 8, Chickalemi over Selinsgrove, 21-7. Number 13, Mount Carmel beat Shamokin, 27-0. Our number 16 team, Bloomsburg, was upset by North Schuylkill, 27, and Nativity beat Cardinal Brennan, 18-7. In the Wyoming Valley Conference, you want to see a powerful football team. I'll tell you what, Wyoming Valley West, our number 4 team.
I'll tell you, Joe, the Spartans are going into tonight 2-0 and not expecting much trouble from Bishop Hoban. In fact, one of the mismatches of the season as Valley West wins it 60, yeah, I said 60-8. The Spartans in white, lots of white. Number 10, Francis Bauer to the 82, Donald Charney. That makes it 39-0 in the third quarter. Just before the end of the third quarter, Bauer to number 89, Stephen Atkavich. That sets up a TD for a 10-yard run. Look at this pass, though, 85 yards. And that's going to set up a TD yard, a 10-yard run by Bauer. That's going to make it 60-0. 60-8 Valley West over Bishop Hoban in that ball game tonight as we go to the high school football scoreboard once again. It was Waverly over Owego 24-12, Bald Eagle area over Clearfield 20-7, Penns Valley beat Jersey Shore in a squeaker 2019, Chief Logan over Lock Haven 27-0. Another tough team out of the Wyoming Valley Conference from our Super 16 Wyoming area.
I'll tell you, the Warriors down on the carpet tonight, their first game since 2 weeks ago against that powerful Coughlin team when they got the tie. Let's see what happened tonight. Wyoming area in the light uniform, second quarter, 31, Eric Speece, 10-yard run. Speece, one of the top backs in the conference. 8.5 left in the second. A 5-yard touchdown pass from number 13, Leo Molsky to Scott Graybeck. 12-0 Wyoming area. They go on to beat Myers, 18-7 on the board. Number 7, Pittston area, 29-6 over Tunkhannock. Tamaqua 7, Crestwood 2. That's football. Nanticoke over JR, 20-zip. Suburban Conference, our number 14 team, Honesdale, impressive over Wallenpaupack, 49-0. Scranton Prep bouncing back, this week after the tough loss last week to Valley View.
And the Cavaliers, a number 12 team at Memorial Stadium tonight against West Scranton as we take a look. They're on defense, and defense is what they had planned for West Scranton running back Jim Gunn, number 21. He scored 5 TDs last week, not a 1 this week, as the Cavaliers shut down last week's Sports Star of the Week. West again. Check out this quarterback scramble. He rolls right, then back left, and number 81, Mike D'Antoni, he says, I'm open, I'm open. The Prep defense dominates the game. They go on to win it 28-0 as we go to the scoreboard again. East Juniata over Montgomery, 27-16. North Allegheny, Skunk State College, 28-0. Northern Lehigh over Northwestern, and Pocono Mountain beat Palmerton. And one of those rivalry games tonight, it was Central Columbia versus Southern Columbia.
That's
Joe,
right.
What about it?
It's been a long rivalry for those two guys, and for a change, or at least for something different, the Southern Columbia team won tonight. Let's check the action from that one. Defensive struggle. Not much going on with the offenses on both sides. Here's the only touchdown of the game. Central's Bob Stroud's punt coming at you. It's blocked. Number 53 for Southern Columbia, Vince Buteti, scoops it up, scampers in for the touchdown. That's how it ended. Southern Columbia 6-zip. Board. Eastern Conference, Danville 21-16. Minersville shut out Schuylkill Haven 22-0. South Williamsport 21-0 in the West Branch Warrior run over Loyalsock 17-8. Back in the Big 11, Central and Dunmore. You want to talk about rivalries?
Yeah, right. It's the oldest rivalry in this part of the state, Joe, as a matter of fact. Taking a look at it, Central on defense, driving early in the game. Quarterback Michael Violante to Brian Scott, and he's coming right at photog Nick Horsky. Look out, Nick. All right, 2 plays later, Chuck Perry through a hole on the right side and all down to the 1-yard line. Violante then will come up here, call his own number. Central gets up first, but Dunmore comes in the second half to win it. 20-12 on the board. We take a look at some West Branch action. Number 9, Montoursville over Muncie, 42-12, and Southern Lehigh, Black Nazareth, 3-0. Well, Joe, that's tonight's stuff. Tomorrow, number 2, Coughlin takes on Lake Lehman. What about it?
Also tomorrow, maybe the biggest game ever for Penn State. I'm not exaggerating. I think they're going to pull out of it. I think they're going to win tomorrow night, beat 13th ranked Iowa. What do you think?
No, I think you're very optimistic. I think they're going to get beat tomorrow again.
8th race triple, 4-6-1, $524.40. You going fishing tomorrow?
Nope. I'm going to Penn State tomorrow.
Okay, let's just take a look at it.
All right,
anyway,
let's look at it.
Fish forecast, what do you say?
There it is.
There's the
let's
time.
see.
Go out early.
12:45.
Okay, that's it for the weekend, at least for tonight. We'll be back with more news right after this.
Well, they've been at it for 50 years, and they're still going strong in Lewisburg tonight. The Pennsylvania House Furniture Company is celebrating its golden anniversary. Newswatch 16's Craig Stevens found 2 workers at the Union County plant who like to do things the old way.
53-year-old Walter Emmerich and 22-year-old Don Kleckner are what you might call a dying breed. They're handcraftsmen at Pennsylvania House Furniture in Lewisburg. It's taken Walter Emmerich 12 years to perfect the art of wood carving. Now he's passing it along to young Dan.
The new generation don't have the skills or the knack, or I call it, but it's not there for them anymore, mainly.
What do you hope to be able to accomplish by teaching these younger people things that you know?
Hope to keep the trade going. That's about all you can do anymore.
The rest of the 825 workers in this plant also possess woodworking skills, sometimes blending craftsmanship with modern technology. As for young Don Kleckner, who's still learning his trade, there's a lot of pride in what he does.
What's it take to learn a job like this?
A lot of time in that, you got to spend with it and that, you can't be in a hurry to get the job done in that because it takes a lot of time.
Although the work here takes time, the employees turn out 200,000 pieces of furniture a year.
The woodworking skills that Don and Walter take so much pride in enable them to turn wood like this
into beautiful handcrafted furniture like this sold around the country. Craig Stevens, Newswatch 16, Lewisburg.
And that's our report for this night. ABC's Nightline is next, and I'll be back with you tomorrow night with Barry Finn and Tim Karlson. Enjoy your weekend.